Hi, my name is Belinda Duffield-Torr and I'm the organiser of the 2015 Global March for Elephants and Rhinos. In Asia, the story of elephants is very different from Africa, but it's still as important. In Asia, the issues are really the tourism. Many tourists look forward to going there just to ride on an elephant, but the reality is that these elephants are treated appallingly. They're taken away from their mothers when they're very young, and they're basically beaten into submission until they have just lost all of their spirit. At the moment, the situation in Africa is a lot darker than Asia. One elephant is dying every 15 minutes and one rhino every 9 hours. When you see and hear those figures, that makes people stand up and pay attention. I don't think anybody who isn't within this realm realises those kind of statistics are unfortunately now true. And I think once people hear those things, they almost can't ignore it because it's disgusting. It's so inhumane. It's just, you know, you feel ashamed of being a human being. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was moved to take on this march.
There's never been a sense of urgency like there is now. The struggle's never been so desperate. And the methods, the killing methods that we're hearing of now, you know, they're shooting them from aeroplanes and chainsawing their tusks off. And they're just slaughtering whole families of elephants, even little baby ones, to use as currency to buy guns to enslave their own people. It's a hideous problem that we've got to get the governments to get on board with and get them to try and stop it and stop using it as currency. But when you're talking about the genocide of a race, regardless of whether it's human or animal, these things are going to be extinct for no good reason. Actually, the reason is atrocious. It's to support warlords who are committing genocide on their own people, even worse. So why the governments aren't looking at this as serious as an issue as it is and then moving to do something about it. The United Nations, I think, if they were presented with the cold hard facts about it begins with the animals being killed, but it ends with people being killed and countries being destroyed, let's stop it at the very beginning and let's fix everything in that one movement. And the marvellous thing is that this is a global march. So I think is it 148 countries around the world that are all doing this all at a similar time and all marching for the one thing. It will be fascinating and interesting to find out how many people are in the total world march. But if people power doesn't put pressure on politicians, then I don't know what else will. And it's word of mouth. You know, the best advertising we can get is to get one person to speak to another person.
We've also formulated a petition so that hopefully we get the word out there even further beyond Australia. And I think we're up to about 1,300 people who've signed that so far. So that's pretty good for a first time.
Well, it's a global march. The next step that should happen is, so what's the outcome from this? What has changed? Every 12 months, as well as being the global march, it should also be about what have we been able to achieve. Nothing motivates people more than hearing what their endeavours have done to change something. That is really very motivational. So that should be part of the next march. And maybe if we're involved in that, that's something that we can focus on. But Belle's been very lucky. She's secured, is it Dr. Tammy Matson, who's going to be the guest speaker at the Melbourne March?
She's an Australian lady who's an author. She's written about 6 books. She also manages a safari company over in Africa. So she runs safaris with a partner, and she's a conservationist and doctor of zoology. So I was absolutely stoked to be able to get her over.
There's no point in marching just for marching. This is marching to have an impact and a global impact. And then with the petition behind us to say these are the things we stand for and these are the things that we want to achieve. So it is fun, it is positive, but we're also determined to make it a great event. So, and to change people's opinions and to change people's mind, and anyone you can educate, every single person you can educate becomes an advocate.
You know, you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be a doctor of zoology, a conservationist. You can be anyone to try and make a difference.